never thought I'd see the day when Thanksgiving and food stamps collided in the kind of mess that makes people sit back and wonder how the hell we got here. So the lesson of the day is, how did we get here? How did we get here? And yet here we are, November creeping up. Families counting on those SNAP benefits to put some food on the table. And the government is in a shutdown, leaving millions to fend for themselves or in limbo. This isn't some abstract news story, y'all. This is real life for people who already stretch every dollar, who plan their meals a month ahead, who know the weight of a grocery cart like it is a second mortgage. And now with the federal funding frozen, the stakes are high. People are panicking. People are stressed out. People are thinking, plotting. What if this money doesn't come? Let's be clear. SNAP isn't just free money or handouts. It's a lifeline for people. 40 million Americans rely on it. And in states like Texas, Minnesota, and Colorado, that's millions of households already walking the tightrope of paycheck to paycheck survival. One missed month can mean the difference between a Thanksgiving dinner with turkey on the table or going hungry. And we all know that hunger doesn't wait politely for Congress to pass a bill. Hunger shows up at the door, in the silence of an empty fridge, in the anxiety of a parent wondering how to feed their kids today. Here's the kicker. People are desperate. I'm not saying everyone will steal, rob, or hurt someone, but when your back is against the wall, when the system that's supposed to help you simply stops working, desperation takes over, y'all. Families start making impossible choices. Do I pay the rent or do I buy groceries? Do I let my kids go to bed hungry or do I risk breaking the law to feed them? These aren't just hypothetical questions. People are already hitting food banks that are running dry. Soup kitchens are seeing lines longer than ever. People who've never needed a handout are suddenly waiting outside community centers, feeling the sting of shame mixed with survival instincts like our military. Come on now, are y'all serious? Our military at the food banks because they can't feed their families or themselves? Come on. And this all is different during Thanksgiving. It's the holidays. And the holidays is supposed to be about abundance, gratitude, and family, not becoming a harsh reminder of what's missing. I mean, look at it. Instead of planning the menu right now, families are planning how to make the groceries stretch, how to survive until the benefits finally hit or worse. What they'll do if the benefits never come. It's a chilling reality check. A government shutdown might seem like politics on paper, but for millions it's very, very personal. And I think it's going to get worse before it get better. I hope they make the right decisions. I don't know now, but here's the truth. The system is fragile. And SNAP depends on federal funding. When the government shut down, states are left scrambling. Some trying to pay what they can from reserves. Others forced to delay payments entirely. And the timeline is unforgiving. October benefits are secured, thank God. But November, that's up in the air. And while we wait for Congress to figure it out, families sit in suspense praying for their lives. They're praying that their lives don't unravel over the course of a few weeks. The irony is brutal, and we live in one of the wealthiest nations on earth. We produce enough food to feed everyone, yet bureaucratic stalemates put people at the edge of starvation. People who've worked and struggled and paid taxes their entire lives are suddenly left hanging, and I mean hanging dry, being forced to confront a harsh reality that is not of their making. The rage, the frustrations, the helplessness is all valid. Come on. Because nobody wants to feel like they're failing at the one thing that matters most, keeping their families alive and fed. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. And let's talk about the plot twist. There's always a twist. Y'all gotta know that. Yes, this could get ugly. Yes, people can get desperate. But here's the thing. The chaos isn't inevitable. The shutdown could end. Funding could be restored. States could step in with emergency support. Communities can rally. Food banks can mobilize neighbors, can help neighbors. It's messy and it's not guaranteed, but it's not over yet. The desperation exists, yes, but so does resilience. So does ingenuity. People will stretch, improvise, barter, and hustle to make sure their kids eat this month. Still, the danger is real. People are watching, holding their breath, hoping that help comes before desperation forces decisions nobody wants to make. And while lawmakers squabble, the reality for millions is unforgiving. The government shutdown isn't just politics. It's a life and a death scenario for families on the edge. At Thanksgiving, it just became another reminder that food, stability, and security are all privileges not everyone can count on. So here's the bottom line. The situation is definitely raw, uncut, and very real. People are struggling. People are stressed. Families are facing impossible choices. Hunger doesn't wait. And while the worst case scenarios, looting, stealing, desperate acts aren't guaranteed, the risk exists because the system that should protect the most vulnerable is failing. But here's the silver lining. Communities, charities, and individuals can step in. Emergency measures, advocacy, and outreach can make the difference between desperation and survival. It's messy, it's scary, but it's real life and it's happening right now. You need to prepare. You need to prepare. So you ain't got to get ready. Get prepared. Prepare now. Don't wait. If you got the means to getting you some food and some water, do that. It is what it is when it come down to them bills. You might need to have some cash on hand, just in case. Fill your car up if you have to. You know what I'm saying? I understand we have bills, baby, but look, we don't know what's going to happen for the month of November. If you need to get an extension on your light bill, get you an extension on your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill. See if they can defer your car note. See if you can do a late whatever with your car insurance. I mean, Lord have mercy on all the people, Jesus, because we don't know what's about to go down, God. And I can't even imagine in my latest days of... Look, I can't even get my words right now because is it all because they want some data from 2020 when the kabuki thing was going on? Is this what this about? Trying to see everybody immigration status? I mean, why are we going all the way back to 2020 again? Like, I'm a little confused. So look, prepare yourself, because I don't know what's going on. A lot of us speculating, we looking at the news. Some of us ain't looking at the news. Some people in the dark don't even know what the hell going on. But I'm telling you, it's a plot twist to this. And we're staring at a potential crisis, but it's not absolute. And there is still time to prevent the worst, to act to ensure families aren't left at the mercy of political games while their stomachs are growing empty. The stomachs are growing empty. And that, my friends, is the rawest truth of all. Baby, don't nobody want to see their babies hungry. I'm telling y'all. Don't nobody want to have to go through this, but if they have to, they will. And people are probably in their look. They scared, they desperate, they angry. And desperation has a way of making humans do things they never thought they would do. I'm not saying everyone's gonna go out there and steal or rob. But when you watching your kid's stomach growling and the system that's supposed to protect you is silent, that stress turns into action. And people start thinking, do I pay the rent? Do I feed my kids? Do I let them go hungry? Or risk breaking the rules to survive? That's not paranoia. That is reality. That's the truth. This isn't just about SNAP benefits. It's about survival. This about families planning Thanksgiving dinner with empty pockets and zero guarantees. A turkey? Who worry about no damn turkey right now? No goddamn cranberry sauce? Forget all that. Families are having to make meals stretch like they're auditioning for a magic trick show. And yet this is the richest country in the world. We produce enough food to feed everybody. Shouldn't be no hungry days for nobody. Shouldn't be no government shutdowns. Shouldn't be no SNAP. But we're going to be faced with a crisis if they don't get it together. Yeah, these SNAP benefits could get delayed or canceled, but the shutdown could end. And they need to hurry up and do what they got to do. Now, from what I heard, it could be from state to state. Okay? You know, if the blue states done done what they had to do, then it's a possibility the blue states gonna get their benefits. If the red states jumping on board to do what they gotta do, or if the blue states saying no, and the red states saying yeah, it is based on states and who's bending to do what they want them to do. I mean, let's be honest. This is heavy for everybody. I'm telling y'all. Parents gonna have to pull it together, baby. You gonna have to take it back to the days when we were kids. And you know, them struggle meals. Yeah. You gonna have to teach your children, look, we ain't got chicken nuggets today. You might have to make chicken nuggets from scratch. You hear me? You might have to learn how to make you some bread with the flour and the whatever go in making bread. Like, literally, we're gonna have to get beans and rice, and we're gonna have to stock up on things that we can stock up on. We're gonna have to take it back, y'all. We're gonna have to go back to the days of eating Vienna sausages and potted meat and spam, gravy and rice, pork and beans and wieners and rice. It might get to a point where we might not even be able to eat meat. So you might want to introduce your children to some vegetables and some fruits, some beans and some rice and stuff like that. A lot of kids don't like vegetables. You better get creative in the kitchen, mama. You better get creative in the kitchen, daddy. We may have to really start eating more healthier. I mean, this is a wake-up call